What started as a mere website with more than few blogs, articles, and suggestions is now an app with 2,000 registrations and conducted more than 30 webinars with renowned people and has lakhs of articles in it. All of this is just in a span of a year.
EdGroom has been more than just an educational app. It has been a pillar of guidance and a fountain of information about every possible educational topic. From the information about the best engineering colleges, medical colleges, or law colleges in your area, to the important topics to cover for the preparation of NEET and JEE, you can find everything.
The EdRoom has created a safe space for students and also a user-friendly app in which students could post any question and get it clarified. After every webinar, students, teachers and also parents would get an extra piece of information added to their knowledge with some more clarity. Over a past year, the EdRoom has conducted over 30 webinars with renowned people like Lakshmi Narayana Garu and Rakesh Sharma sir and so on. All these people share their experiences with the future generation, so it's definitely a thing not to miss.
Right now, EdRoom has nearly 15 dedicated people working in technical and non-technical aspects to improve the app and its user experience. Venkatesh sir has always been the binding force for all these efforts and developments to come true. EdRoom is paving its way with new features like Brand Predictor to make it easy for the inter-pass students to check which engineering college they might end up in, and many other features are yet to come. We are proud to be a part of EdRoom and I assure you that you will be too. Thank you.
Satyaprasad Tankala, PGT Mathematics from Navy Children's School, Visakhapatnam. I would like to express my hearty congratulations to EdRoom for completing 1 year of its successful journey. It has touched its first milestone by reaching its services to more than 75,000 students. It has guided more than 2,000 students through EdForum, and the best part is it has conducted around 30 webinars through eminent resource persons in various domains. EdRoom is moving ahead in the journey of success with a great objective of giving a one-stop solution by grooving a right path through guiding the students in choosing a right career. It has a connect to the students, parents, teachers, entrepreneurs through its various verticals like EdBlog created by experts from the versatile fields, EdBytes containing various articles which deals with career options, entrance exams, strategic plans sourced from various educational news portals, EdForum where the questions posed by students or parents related to career are answered, and EdWebinars that are conducted on various opportunities, latest trends in education by eminent resource persons. Apart from this, it also provides a personalized career guidance to the students of grade 8 to 12. It has provided ample information regarding the local colleges, institutions and coaching centers. Once again, I wish all the team members of EdRoom a happy anniversary. Looking forward for EdRoom to cross more milestones in its journey of success. Jai Hind.
Good evening, all. I welcome you all to another interesting webinar. I'm also eagerly waiting to explore a lot of information about the space because we're all fascinated by the space, especially whenever we watch movies based on the space. Definitely, we all have a lot of question marks about the mysteries of the universe. I still remember when I watched the movie called E.T. Extraterrestrial. So I really wondered what are those aliens all about. And I think some of you might have seen that movie. I think that was the first alien movie ever made by Steven Spielberg. And in one research conducted in US, they came to know that most of the scientists who are working at NASA are the people who watched a lot of movies related to space. And definitely it has that impact on those kids when they're young. And when they wanted to, when they become elder, they want to become these astronauts or space scientists sort of things. Even as a teacher, I've seen a lot of students, they do have the same set of mind. They wanted to become space scientists. And most of them doesn't know the correct ways of entering into this particular industry. And we are very proud in seeing the rocket which is taking that Vikram rover to the space. Everybody celebrated that victory. So definitely India is moving very fast in this domain of space exploration and space technology. And even in the recent times, India has given option for the private people also to operate in this industry. And there is a startup company working in Hyderabad. Its name is Skyro. They're also working with ISRO. They're also developing some rockets, and they also want to launch it. And we all know that the SpaceX, which was started by Elon Musk, is very huge success. In the beginning, it failed, but later we all know that it has a lot of success rate in recent time. So there are other companies like Blue Origin, started by Steve Bezos. There are certain companies in the US which are working a lot in space. But in India, that has to take a momentum. As of now, ISRO is the main player, which is building all the rockets. And maybe in the future, we can expect more in that industry. We can hear from the speaker what ISRO is going to offer to the Indian community. At the same time, what are the opportunities in that industry? We're all eagerly waiting to listen from the today's speaker, Jaideep. So it's my privilege to have Jaideep. I know him from childhood. He was my neighbor. San Srinivas is the only son. I know how hardworking he is. He was very passionate about getting into some good institutions from 6th class onwards. So definitely, Jaideep is going to share a lot of things about that IST, ISRO, the space, all that. I'm eagerly waiting for it. So once again, I welcome you all to this wonderful evening, to another interesting webinar. And sorry, I forgot to say, my name is Venkatesh Panyam. I'm the co-founder of EdGroom. So we started this EdGroom, the social platform, in 2021 on September 5th with an intention to help the students, parents, and even teachers also to some extent. So what exactly we'll do at EdGroom? Let me take a few minutes of your time before we get into the actual webinar. Let me tell you what exactly we did at EdGroom, what are the things that we've done so far from last 1.5 years. So yeah, Jaideep, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and I can see your screen.
Yes. Yeah. Good evening once again. I welcome to another interesting webinar on this Sunday. Thank you so much for joining. Even it is a Sunday, definitely those people who are really interested in learning, those who want to change, definitely I know that it's very important to spend such time on Sundays. And a lot of people are watching in YouTube live. Many students said that we are watching YouTube live. Guys, thank you so much. And if you really wanted to ask questions, you want to interact with the speaker, please join in Zoom so that we have a wonderful opportunity to talk to the speaker. So you can ask all your doubts and you can directly interact with him. Yeah. So I welcome you once again to this wonderful evening for another interesting webinar. So what exactly EdGroom is all about? EdGroom is a social platform which provides the personal guidance to the students, parents to take better choices. And what we provide career guidance. And also that we are going to connect the students, parents, and teachers also very soon. And who can join? This is an important question. As I said, it is meant for the students because a lot of students are taking some wrong decisions. Some students are taking out of fear. Nowadays, if you look at most of the students, their first choice in engineering is computer science. The reason is they are taking computer science as their major. There are two things. Some students may be really interested, but some students, I have seen them that just joining or taking a course, fearing that if they don't do BTech in computer science, they may be left behind. So in the similar way, there are opportunities even for, EEE, EC, mechanical in XYZ computer engineering courses also. But why students are not inclined to it? Because lack of information. And it was very annoying to know that some of the students doesn't know what is a BSc. They don't know what is a degree course. They only heard about this engineering. Other than that, they are unable to imagine anything else. There's a lot of courses available. And even they don't know anything about other engineering branches, what they offer, why you should become an expert in such engineering. For example, you look at material science. There is a wonderful opportunities for material science also, but very few people wanted to get into such branches. Majority of the students get into only one type of engineering branch. Yeah, if they have interest, I don't have a problem. But what I say is, before you want to take career as a, if you want to take any career for the future, you have to understand what are the nuances of the course. Do I have the requirement for it? Some parents and even students also have wrong perception. If they are good at drawing, if they are good at drawing some pictures, they think that they can become an architect. Some think that they become a designers. Maybe that is one element you require to become an architect or a designer, that you should be a good artist. But all the good artists cannot become it. It requires a lot of mathematics. So some parents and especially students, they're taking some career choices without doing any research, without knowing what exactly is that. Recently, some girl asked me, sir, I'm very interested in computer science. I want to do my BTech in machine learning because I'm very much interested in machine learning. My first question was, what is machine learning? She actually don't know what is machine learning. And she's saying that I want to become a graduate in machine learning. So we get interest only when we experience it. Suppose if I eat one sweet and I say that, yeah, I like this sweet very much, because after experiencing only I understood that's very good. Unless until we experience it, we don't know where it is good or bad. So my point is, yeah, if you want to, everybody is saying that a lot of jobs are created in machine learning. Try to explore what is machine learning. What exactly you require to become an expert in data science. What you require to become a space engineer. And recently one girl called me, says, I want to get into, ISRO. And I asked how you want to get into ISRO. She said that by doing some aeronautical engineering or aerospace engineering. I don't know how she's going to enter ISRO without degrees. So a lot of people have a confusion, and most of them are taking some decisions based on somebody else's opinion without doing any research. My only concern is, dear students, please do research. Explore something about the career. Make one file, create one file, take all the print, or you save all the data in your computer or mobile phone, do some research, then talk to experts. Suppose if you want to become an expert in data science, talk to people in data science who are doing actually, or already who became a data scientist. Why we are conducting these webinars? Only to create awareness. We have conducted 53 webinars with a lot of industrial people who are experiencing it. So that these are giving suggestions, these are telling what exactly the requirement for any field. So this information, these webinars, definitely we got a wonderful feedback in the last 1 year about these webinars, because a lot of students said that they benefited a lot. Because they give an idea, because the people who are experiencing in the real world, they're going to give you a lot of information. This is the main purpose of these webinars. So dear students, my humble request is, before you take any decision, please do some research, talk to people who are doing it. They are going to tell you what exactly that profession is all about. Then you can take a decision. So EdRoom is a platform that gives an opportunity to talk to such people. Then why we want to even encourage parents to be part of this platform? I've seen two types of parents. One type of parent, whenever their kids say, I want to do some XYZ course, without knowing what exactly, they say, yes, go ahead. There are other set of parents who oppose. Recently, one girl approached me, sir, I'm not interested in computer science, but my parents are asking me to join computer science. She is unable to convince the parent that I'm not interested, I'm interested in some XYZ course. But parents have one set of mindset. They think that if their daughter do a BTech in computer science, she may get better output as choices. Very good. So my point is, as a parent, if you think that the XYZ course is very useful to your kid, try to convince them. What we have to do is, we need to do some research about the course, then tell them these are the benefit, these are the disadvantages in that course. That's why we are recommending you to join this course. So when you have a word with your son or a daughter, maybe they're convinced and they don't complain later. So dear parents, please be part of such platforms And here you also talk to people who are expert in that. Definitely that information will help you to guide. So I request parents, please attend webinars or join Edroom, a platform like Edroom. You can join any platform, not only Edroom. Explore information about the kids' decision, then you can guide. You are the best guide to your kids. Then why we want teachers also to be part of this platform? The reason is every year I see as a teacher, I have 23 years of experience. I see lot of students have questions in their mind. The first person they want rely is the teachers. Sometimes I've seen they believe teachers more than the parents. So definitely every teacher has a moral responsibility to guide the students in a proper way. But unfortunately, most of the teachers, as we teachers, we update our subject knowledge, but we don't update the other aspects. So this has to be done now because number of opportunities are available now. We cannot guide a student in a wrong direction, and we have to guide them in a proper direction. Definitely, we need to update our knowledge. So, dear teachers, please be part of this type of platform so that you also know what exactly an exam is all about. Most of the students ask me, sir, how to get into IAS? Which exam I am supposed to write? How many seats are there? What are the prospects? So, as a teacher, I cannot say no for everything because it is not only my responsibility to teach them, it is also to some extent my responsibility to guide them also. So definitely as a teachers, it is our responsibility to guide our students so that we also will be happy when you see them in a better position. So this is my humble request for three important people who are interlinked with each other. To guide the students, we have started this platform. As I said, we started this in 2021 on September 5th. This year, we are going to complete 2 years of Edgroup, and we are coming up with a very good product. We are completely updating our website. Now we are calling it as India's first educational community. So on the screen, you can see just a snapshot of this website. We are going to launch this on September 5th, where you can see a lot of students, parents, teachers, and mentors are also there in this website. So you can help each other. We want to bring a synergy between these important four people, that is students, teachers, parents, and even mentors also. For example, Jaydeep is doing his, he done his BTech in IST. Now he's working as a scientist in ISRO. He acts as a mentor. So if at all we have any doubts about this IST or any space, people like him can guide you. So definitely we want to bring this platform on September 5th so that you all can be a part of this. And definitely I'm very positive that our work will help the students, community, and even parents also for taking better decisions. To help the students, we have developed 4 products actually. The first one we call it as EdNews. As of today, in our website, there are more than 222,000 articles. You just look at the screen. For example, you see in the search box, I just kept IIST. And you see already you have seen some of the articles. So like this, we get large number of articles related to IIST. You see the first one, IIST education open to BTech and MTech program, apply now. So whatever the information you want, you just come here, search for the information, and here you can see a save button. The beauty of this website is you can save all your content into your favorites. In the previous screen, I have shown you there, you have this My Zone where you can save your posts. You can save your blogs, all the EdNews also you can save, and you can save questions. So in this area, you can store all the information related to your career. This is the one important thing. So very soon, we are going to get this to the public. Guys, you can all use this platform and we can make use of it. The next important product we have created is Ed Forum. You can see how can I join in IST, that is Institute of Technology. So already it was answered by one Mr. Dilip Gangawara. And see, somebody said, I'm very much interested in this research. How can I join Institute of Space Technology? So yeah, Akash.
Sir, I think I'm getting a blank screen. Maybe
You
you're
didn't get the screen sharing?
yes, yes.
I once again share it. Okay, sorry.
Mm.
Oh, sorry, guys. Jaydeep, can you see that?
No, sir.
Jaydeep,
No.
can you see now?
No, it's still blank. Blank.
Sir, actually, I'm able to see. Could you ask him
Sir,
to?
even I'm able to see it. I'm able to
Oh,
see the screen.
maybe Jaydeep, you have a problem, right?
I'll rejoin, sir.
Okay, guys, rest of the guys you can see, right? Sarath?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, yes, sir, we can see it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is what I'm talking, right? So you can see straight away all the questions. Yeah, the beauty you see, when a student asks the question, I'm very much interested in space research. How can I join in this stuff? You can see the name. If you guys can see the name, Akasham Jaydeep, the today's speaker. He already answered a question. I think guys, can you see the name at the bottom? Akash Jaydeep.
Yes, sir.
This is the today's speaker, right? So this is the one thing that is very good in this website. The people who are expert in that domain only will answer such questions. We try to bring the information from the best resources. That is the beauty of this website. So I request you please make use of this wonderful session called Ed4, where you can post whatever the doubt you have. Then, as I said, we have a source called EdBlogs. We have published more than 100 blogs. Lot of success stories we can see here. On the right, you see there's a man called Vivekananda. He lost his two hand. Still, he is successful in life. You can see such stories in these blogs. Read them, save them if you want, get inspiration. And we encourage you. If I would love to publish the blogs written by the students, and we have published quite number of blogs from the students also. Writing blog is a very good part of one's career development. I request everyone, please develop in that area also. And one important thing that we are doing every Sunday, almost, as I said, we are conducting webinars almost every Sundays, except in few Sundays we are unable to conduct because of some reasons. Now you see we conducted so far 54 webinars. You see the diversity of the people that you see on the screen. We have a lot of people. This, for example, you see this man, what is his name? Narasimha Naidu, who got All India 5th rank in JEE Mains exam. So we brought him to these webinars. So like this, we have successful people, teachers, entrepreneurs, business owners, and lot of industrial experts. All these people are going to tell their stories and they're going to guide you. The next, as I said, we have brought this one new future to this wonderful platform, this Ed Predictors. For example, the very important part of you can see some predictors in some website also. The beauty of this EdRoom is, now look at this college name and the branch name are also hyperlinked. That means if you want to see the complete information about this A.M. Reddy Memorial College of Engineering, you just click on that, you can go there. You see complete information of the college. And if you want to know what is mechanical engineering, you can explore even about mechanical. For example, metallurgical, this is the main advantage of EdRoom over other websites. So please make use of this Ed product. Very soon you can see it in this website.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, Srikanth.
Sir, actually, when will this app be released? And is it for free or should we pay anything?
Yeah, Srikanth, thank you for asking this question. This is completely free. We don't charge a single rupee from anyone. And right now, this app is available in Play Store. You can go to Play Store, but you don't see this new site. You see the old version of our website.
Yes, sir.
Srikanth, did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you can right away go to Play Store. You can download the app, but you don't see these features there. But we have some of the features there. This social network is coming only from September 5th.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what I said. We have more than 3,000 registered users on the website. and we got more than 280,000 visitors the last 1.5 years. And every week, nearly 3,000 people are coming to our site. And as I said, we have more than 322,000 articles. You don't find anywhere these many articles related to education. Definitely, please explore, go to the website, and you can see all the content. So far, as I said, we conducted 53 webinars. This is the 54th one we are conducting. We have YouTube channel there. You can see all the 53 webinars in live session. So you can watch all the extra, those sessions also. And we got 770 plus subscribers to our videos, and we have more than 40,000 views for the videos. And the upcoming webinar we want to conduct is effective communication skills. This is the one area everybody will have to improve it. We are planning to conduct this very soon. And this is what I always suggest to my students. Don't follow the crowd. Choose a career where you will find happiness and no regret. Because when you choose a career because somebody said that it's good, you may have end up with regret. So I always say, don't follow the crowd. You should have your own idea. Definitely have the dream. Edwin is going to show you the way. And as I always suggest to my student, don't follow the follower. As long as you follow the follower, you end up in regret. Please take the guidance. You can talk to the follower, get the guidance, then you can take your own decision. That will definitely help you. And in the beginning, if you take a different career, people may laugh at you. Don't follow them up just to please your parents or to please your friend. You can choose whatever you want in life. Remember, all the successful people in this world are the people who believed in their dreams. None of them have followed the crowd. You all are favorites of this man called Steve Jobs. Everybody wanted to get into good institutions. After getting into that institution, he left it because he didn't find any interest in it. After leaving that institution, and everybody was surprised to see him, right? But you see how he was successful. I can give a lot of examples like this. The people who believed in their dreams, they don't follow the crowd. So in the beginning, people may laugh at you if you start anything new. It's okay, let them laugh, but later they are going to follow you. So dear student, please follow the dreams of your life and definitely you're going to achieve it. As I said just now, Sneaker asked me a good question. It is completely free, no need to pay any money for us. And remember, you don't see any ads at all as of now. We want to keep it very clean website. It is only meant for the students and parents. Yeah, thank you so much from my side. This is all from my side. Thank you for taking time. Now it's a time to introduce today's speaker. As I said, we call him Sonu. Jaideep, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm joined.
Yeah, you can switch on the camera. So I know this guy from childhood. So we fondly call him Sonu, right? He was my neighbor's son. Srinivas sir, are you there? Did Dad join?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think.
Oh, Srinivas sir, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And yeah, he is my very good neighbor, Srinivas Garu. And definitely, yeah, Sonu, I still remember when he was in 8th class or 7th class, he used to bring a lot of doubts in physics. I still remember he was so hardworking from 7th and 8th, and he is seeing the fruits now. This is what I say always. The early, if you sacrifice, definitely you are going to enjoy the fruits. You can see the what called as proof here. Jaideep has done exceptionally well in school and even in college also. So he got around 2,400 in advance. Later he joined in IIST Thiruvananthapuram. He completed BTech in PCE, and even he wrote a paper on Indian Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Currently working as a scientist engineer at VSSC in Control Electronics and Division. Responsible for, that is Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, VSSC means, in Control Electronic Division. Responsible for design, development and testing of controller used for navigation of launch vehicles. Thank you so much, Jaideep, for accepting immediately. And you said that you are there for whatever we asked for. Thank you so much. Now it's time.
I hope I'm audible and my video is clear.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thanks a lot, sir, for inviting me for this wonderful opportunity. Moreover, I've been there when this AdGroom platform was started from the basic roots. Now I can see many people have joined and it has grown to a vast extent. I can see some places where some 10-year kids have also been joined and eagerly listening to what is there in the system. So this is definitely going to be a big impact because so guidance would be one of the key factor. Anyways, like if you want to crack JE Advance or anything in life, every part plays its own life. Your family background plays a part. Your parents play a part. How your teachers are there will play a part. So guidance would be the one key factor. So if you simply work hard without any aim or without any guru who is giving you the proper direction, so there's no point in working hard. Similarly, if you have a good direction and if you don't work hard, even then it's going to be a failure. So definitely you need to have a proper guru or some form of guidance who can show you the right path along with your luck and your hard work. So everything plays its own part. So definitely, I would say this platform would be one such opportunity to connect to the remotest places of the world due to this digital revolution. So I wish good success for this platform, and definitely I'll be there and I'll continue as a mentor. So to bring a wide spread reach of this website. So definitely, have invited me for a talk on how to get into space industry, how to get admitted into ISRO and stuff. So I'll be limiting my technical jargons, and I'll be only sticking to how to get admitted into the institute. Definitely, if someone has a question on technicalities of what goes in ISRO or what happens in ISRO, I'll definitely be able to, I'll definitely remove the classified content and definitely I'll put whatever I can. But I'll be crisp to focusing mainly on how to get into ISR, which is the main theme of the talk. Coming to the industry as such, I am part of ISRO. I am working at Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Thiruvananthapuram. So basically, I'm from electronics field. Will for the time sake, we'll remove the jargon such as control electronics, everything. So if you see a rocket, say suppose you are launching a Chandrayaan or Mangalyaan or whatever mission you will name whatever it is. So you need to go from a specific point. That is from, if you take the case of India, it is Sriharikota. So you have to reach from Sriharikota to Moon or Sriharikota to an indented orbit. So you have to pick a specific orbit. So you have to, basically the problem is you have to go from point A to point B. So the computer tells you how to go to point A to point B, but the rocket doesn't itself simply move from point A to point B. So there has to be some control forces which takes the rocket in particular direction. So that is the area which I work. So we are responsible for the navigation of the rocket, which I have put in my brief bio. So coming to how I got admitted into ISRO is through campus placement from IIST. So there's a course called BTech. It used to be avionics, now it has been changed to BTech in electronics and communication engineering. And there are three other courses as well. One would be BTech from aerospace engineering. Second, BTech from EC, which is electronics and communication engineering. And
Jaideep, sorry to interrupt you. We collected some questions, right, as I intimated you. So I'm going to share the questions, okay? So you can answer one by one.
Yes, sir, that would be better. It would be specific and to the point.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your kind words of Deadpool. And we definitely need people like you because a lot of students have a lot of question marks in their mind, but none of them are answering their questions. And even parents are also worried too much what to do because there's a lot of confusion in the parents' mind also, right? if my son take this decision, will it hamper his career? So we have a lot of questions, and we collected some of the questions from the students and parents also. We would like to share those questions, and we want the answers specifically from you. Thank you so much, Jaydeep. We'll continue, and I'll share my screen.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, before we start this webinar, guys, I shared Google forms in the chat box. Please fill them. One is a survey form. Other one is all the participants who are there in this will get one certificate, participant certificate, but you need to leave your details. So you can find those two forms in the chat box. Before you leave this webinar, please fill those two forms. Another important thing is, if you have any question, you can ask in the end. Meanwhile, you can put in the chat box, and we are going to give an opportunity for each of you. You can interact with directly with me. Thank you so much. So let me share the screen.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. I can see.
Yes, yeah. Now I'm going to share the screen. Okay. Yeah, once again, I welcome you to this wonderful evening for this interesting webinar. Let me go to my first question, Jaydeep. Many students have this question. First of all, we should know what is IIST. How many such institutions are there in India? Because there are IISERs, there are IIT, there are IIIT, there are NITs. So in that way, we have only one IIST at Thiruvananthapuram or any other institution.
Okay, so coming to the first question, what is IIST? So basically, IIST stands for Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, IIST. And this college is part of ISRO itself, in the sense that ISRO wanted its own institute where they can directly train the manpower or the specific manpower which they require for their day-to-day activities or upcoming research works. So they want to groom the students in their own way. So that is why ISRO itself, which is the Department of Space under Prime Minister's office, they have directly set up this institution, IIST at Thiruvananthapuram. And to note, there is no other branches of this institute anywhere in India. This is the only one direct one which is set up under the Department of Space, ISRO.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we understand. So students, remember there is only one IIST. There are no other institutions. Let's go to the next question.
So coming to the presented question, which exam one should write to get a seat in IIST? So definitely according to the rules, modified rules from 2016, I guess, it has changed from JEE mains to advanced. So to note, one should write JEE advanced and clear JEE advanced, and there's a separate counseling for IIST. There's no common counseling where we can apply to NITs and IITs, but this institution, it is different. You have to separately apply with your JEE advanced rank in their portal, where you will be given a separate rank based on how many people are applying and what marks they have scored at JEE advanced. So this counseling is separate. So basically, after I JEE advanced, apply at IIST portal and then wait for their counseling and get admitted into IIST.
Jaydeep, I have one question. You said that they have to apply for this counseling, right?
Yes.
And is there any interview, something like that, or simply based on the rank they give?
There's no interview as such. You just have to fill your JEE advanced rank. It will directly take from the portal what marks you have got, and simply they will assign you the rank based on number of people applied and what scores they have respectively scored, and then you will get a merit list, and directly it will be like what IITs and NITs usually follow. There's no interview.
Yes, so this is a very important step, dear students. Remember, once you get qualified in advance, really wanted to get into IIST, the one thing you have to do is you need to apply separately. This JOSA is not responsible to allocate the seats. We all know that JOSA is responsible for allocating seats for IIITs, NITs and IITs. But if you want to get into IIST, you have to separately apply for this separate portal. Then based on their merit list, they are going to give a seat. Thank you so much. That's more questions.
Yep. Okay, coming to what are the courses offered at IST. So there are basically three branches when it comes to undergraduate level. So it would be BTech in aerospace engineering. Two, it would be BTech in electronics and communication engineering. Three, it would be a 5-year course. To note, it would be a 5-year course where the first two courses of BTech in aerospace and EC would be a 4-year course, and the third one would be a 5-year course in engineering physics. There, in the 5-year course, you will be awarded BTech plus MTech certificate, whereas in the other courses, you get only BTech certificate. And coming to number of seats offered, it will be 60 seats in aerospace engineering, 60 seats in electronics and communication engineering, and 20 seats in 5-year course, which is engineering physics. And it will be the same, the EWS quota, SC, ST would, general OBC quota, it would be same as what NIT follows. The same standard reservation procedure would be there.
So you mean to say that totally there are 140 seats?
Yes, in a batch on a particular year, they will be taking 140 students.
Very good. So remember, this is engineering physics is a dual degree course. Here you are going to get, BTech along with MTech. That's a wonderful thing. And there are only two branches. One is aerospace, another one is you said EE, electronics and engineering, right?
Electronics and
electronics.
No, it's EC only. Electronics and communication engineering.
Okay, then there's not EE, only there is EC. So, Jaydeep, is there any reason why they are taking only these three branches?
Definitely, sir. One would be IST has started recently. It has been only 10 years. But definitely, when I talked to the registrar of the institute, he told me that they are trying to expand into other areas as well. But the main idea for going for these three batches would be these three are the main engineers who will be working for the regular activities of ISRO, and these are the areas where the research of ISRO tends mostly towards. They could hire it could be a metallurgy engineer or a chemical engineer, but ISRO's research or job prospects doesn't match with these fields because they need more manpower in these three areas itself. So initially they are focusing on these three areas, but however they are planning to expand into other fields of engineering.
Right. So I understand totally. So they are preparing their, the workforce, and this institution actually meant for the ISRO people, right? They want to create their own products. They want to create their own workforce. That's really the intention behind it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is JEE Advanced must for all three branches?
Yes. Really?
Yes, there's a common entrance portal. So JEE Advanced would be the final thing, and you will be given, you will be asked to give the priority list in what order you want the seat selection to happen. So suppose you are interested in aerospace engineering, so your first choice will be aerospace engineering, next choice would be avionics, and third choice would be engineering physics. So you will fill your order according to the your wish, and you will submit it, and based on one by one seat they will be going filling based on your rank, and if the seat is available they will be given to you, or you will be put into wait list.
Yashwant, I think you got your answer right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Advance is mandatory to enter into any of the branches as you mentioned. Yes, Jaydeep, you can continue. This is the next question we have.
Hello.
Yeah, what can you see this question?
Yes, sir. So coming to what is the approximate fee per annum including the hostel fee. So definitely, like I have joined in the batch of 2017. During my time, it was completely free, and on top of that, they would be giving you 3,000 more to purchase some books, provided only if you maintain a CGPA of 7.5 and above. But that's the story for another day. Currently, the scenario is such that they are charging around 90,000 per semester. However, because they have changed their merit rules and scholarship rules, now there are two types of merit-based scholarships being offered, where one you have to score a CGPA of 9 or above in a particular semester, then only you will be given 50% fee waiver for the next semester. Otherwise, you have to be in the top 1000 rank of JEE Advanced, and then when you apply for IIST, you will be given full scholarship for a particular semester if your CGPA is above 9.
And what about the hostel fee, Jaydeep?
It would everything added together, some gross sum would be 91,000, sir. So that
including hostel 90,000.
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. So I think you got the clarity, friends.
If you want, I could split up, like tuition fee would be around some 60,000. Mess charges they are taking around 23,000, like mess, electricity, everything. So we'll not get into the nitty-gritty details, but the entire thing, including hostel and the mess fee and the tuition fee, would be around 92,000.
So that is per semester, you said.
This is for per semester.
Yeah, that's very important. Okay. So roughly per annum, you can just come around 2 lakh rupees if they don't maintain it. And if every semester, Jaydeep, I have one more question. Suppose in first semester I maintained 9.9 GPA, and in second semester I couldn't, but third semester I got 9 GPA. Will they consider like that?
So it is like semester to semester basis. So if you are scoring a CGPA of above 9 in the first semester, so second semester you are given a fee waiver of 50%. So second semester you have not been able to score. So third semester you have to pay the entire thing. However, in third semester you have performed well and you have picked up. Then fourth semester again it would be a 50% fee waiver.
And no personal expenses were given, right?
Now no personal expenses are given. So I don't know. Like,
lucky then. You are lucky then.
We were lucky, I would say, but.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of students have a question marks in their mind. How the hostel food, all that, because you experience there. How is the quality of food? Because it is in Kerala, so South Indians have a lot of food dishes. Is that true?
Definitely, like when you go, since one point to notice, IST is Thiruvananthapuram is not a metro city. Like you cannot expect city life as Bangalore or Hyderabad or Bombay. So it would be and moreover IST is situated in a remote part of IST. In the sense, it is some roughly 30 kilometers away from the city. So you might not be finding many MNCs serving to your institution. However, food at hostel, I would say definitely the quality wise is good. We have two types of food being served. One will be North Indian meal or thali, I would say, and other would be South Indian thali, where like definitely in South Indian thali, some items do match on some curries. Do match as of Andhra or Tamil Nadu people. There's no coconut oil anywhere inside the campus. But yeah, definitely North Indians, there's a provision for North Indian thali also. You can switch between any of the thali if you are getting bored. But yeah, definitely food wise, it is okay. You don't, no need, there's a good quality food. When you think that outside food, if you are wanting to, go for some MNCs or partying and stuff, it would be slightly tough because it's a bit remote and compared to other metro cities.
Okay, thank you so much, Jaydeep. Other than that, I think generally we see a lot of hype in IITs and NITs. There is a lot of clubs are there, culture is there. Even I heard that every Friday they'll have a movie also. Do we have same culture in IIT or it is completely different?
One thing to notice, since the batch size is very less, some 140 students, and 140 into 4, it is almost 500 students, and MTech and PhD maybe some 200 to 300 more. So you only have a batch strength of 1,000 people only. So whereas in the case of NITs or IITs, they have huge strength. It will be some ten thousands of people in a single batch join in every year. So there you find more people who have leadership qualities, or who are interested people to organize and everything, because organizing such clubs, movie clubs, or computer science clubs or robotics club, you need people, say, because not all people would be interested to show that leadership skills and start a new club and make people come and sit there. So because most of the people, they would be busy in getting their CGPA right, or participating in some academic projects. But definitely there are one or two clubs active in IST, but definitely I would say not as far as IITs or NITs level.
Thank you so much for sharing wonderful information. Because a lot of students have, they have their own expectations, right? So if they know it before, they don't have disappointment. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question.
Like one definite thing from, especially from people from Andhra who go there, they watch a movie called Happy Days, and they assume that BTech life would be like this, or so Happy Days they have shown it like this. The first hard truth they would be finding is definitely BTech is not what it is in movies.
Definitely, 100%. Yeah, this is one question, Jaydeep, I have. After completion of BTech, will everybody get a job in this? No? Is that the main purpose?
Yeah, here also I would say I was lucky enough. My batch was lucky enough, but from the admissions from 2021 onwards, they have changed the rule. From my time, it was like you have to maintain a CGP of 7.5 and above. Then you are after the end of 4 years, you are directly given a job at ISRO. But now the rule has changed with that you have to maintain a CGPA of 7. Mind you, it is not 7.5, now it has been brought to 7. However, there will be an interview where people or expert panel from ISRO come and take interviews and then generate the final merit list. So now, since the introduction of interview is there, there's no hard and fast rule that everyone will be getting a job at ISRO, because now there's a factor of interview as well. So person who is scoring a 9 point and he is messing up in that interview, then panel might not be inclined to give him a job. So definitely we have to see, because 2021 admission people have not graduated yet from the college. But from my time, at least 2019 people who have joined, for them it is sure that you score a CGPA of above 7.5, there's a job guarantee you are going to get. But however, note that if you are joining like that after maintaining a certain CGPA, there would be a bond of 3 years. Like you have to compulsorily serve for 3 years. But now that bond system has been removed. So if you don't get any job, there's no bond. You can apply for some other companies or pursue your higher studies. But since none of the batch has passed out with the modified rules, we are yet to await how many people they are going to take from IST to be inducted in ISR.
So you're lucky enough, man, because you nicely got a job, and government job that too, right? Without interview.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, luck favored the man who prepared, right? So
Yes.
that's very good. Yeah, thank you so much. That's another question, Jaydeep, because you are saying that your BTech computer, EC is there, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
will software companies come to IST for placements?
Yeah, definitely good question, sir. Because if you see a trend from most of the NITs or IITs, a person who is graduating from civil engineering or a chemical engineering or BTech in electronics and communication engineering, they are shifting to software field. But however, unfortunately, because at IST we don't have a specific branch called computer science engineering. So person who wants to, after joining and completing 2 years of study, he has realized that he has no more interest in electronics field. He wants to shift his career, to a secure where he can find a job in software field. Unfortunately for him, it would be, I will not say impossible. I will not use that word, but still, it would be really tough at IST because there's no one from computer science background who is graduating from IST. So there will not be any senior who is going to mentor you, because in NITs and IITs what happens is that seniors would be the key guiding factors. So if you talk to some computer science graduate or an alumni, he will guide you what all things to study and what all companies to apply, and he himself will be an in charge of some hiring process or something. So you will have the contacts within your alumni itself, so you will be easily placed into some software companies. But unfortunately in IST that would be, I would say, really tough. One, because of lack of alumni in software field. Two, lack of computer science branch itself at IST. But definitely you can prepare on your own, and you can apply off campus. But that would be really tough. It would be a long shot, I would say.
So Jaideep, my question is, you mean to say that no company come to you for placement, right? Is that you said?
That thing also said, like from my time, just this rule of 7.5, and whoever was getting above 7.5, they were getting in ISRO. But because of that rule, many private companies were not interested to take the other people, because they are arguing that you are taking away the top three who are getting above 7.5. Why should we take the people?
Okay.
So,
Jaideep, for example,
yes,
if student scored 9.9 GP something, right? And
yes,
but suppose he wanted to get into computer science because there he may get a lot of salaries, right?
yes.
So is it compulsory that if you get 9 point some GP, is it mandated that you have to work only with ISRO?
No, there's no bond assets. That's why I mentioned there's no bond assets. So you can straight away you can reject saying that I don't want to continue at ISRO, and then you can do. But the only
Right.
thing
So
is,
personally they can get a job. Personally they can apply for their own jobs.
yeah, personally you can apply for on-campus, no, off-campus. You can ping in LinkedIn or something and get a one-on-one interview and join those companies. But definitely to mention, there will be no support from your alumni, because none of the alumni are at good companies related to software field. Two, there's no on-campus record, like there's no history of TCS or Infosys or any other software coming to IST, because there's no past history. So definitely convincing a company to come and take people from IST would be tough. But definitely if you are interested in CSC field itself, then better I would say avoid IST, because it would be a long shot.
That's very good. Yeah, Sarath, let's hear from Sarath. What he has. Sarath, you can unmute yourself and ask a question.
Yes, sir. Sir, am I audible?
You are audible, man.
Okay. Sir, I had this question that I have heard it somewhere that if you get a job in ISRO to IST and you don't want to take it, so you'll have to pay some amount to them or something. Is that true?
Yeah, that was the case, because from my time, that would be before I will call before 2020 and after 2020. So before 2020, and 2020, what was happening was, as I mentioned, there was no fees at all. You don't have to even pay for what you are eating at hostel itself. So it was completely zero fee. So that is why when you are offered a job at ISRO, and if you don't want to pursue, you have to pay a bond of 10 lakhs. Because they are offering you a free education basically. But now that the system has changed, and if you don't, even if you are maintaining a CGP of 8.8, you are still being made to pay 90,000 per semester, right? So that is why they have removed that system of bond. Like if you don't want ISRO now, you can simply tell I don't want it, and you can reject that offer.
That's a wonderful point, Sarath, you raised, because even I don't know that. That's a wonderful point you mentioned, Jaydeep. So nowadays, I think now it becomes, since it's not a free, so definitely there's a choice. Maybe let's hope that, Jaydeep, as you said, in the future you may get some, because now everything interlinked to software, right? Maybe in the future, even ISRO also needs some software guys, so they may introduce this CSE also to IIST. Let's hope for it.
Yes, sir.
Let's move on to the next question. And but suppose I don't want, as you said, I did my BTech in IIST. I'm expert in aerospace engineering, but the offer given by ISRO is not interested for me, right? So
Yes, sir.
where can I apply? What are the areas and in which the students from IIST can apply for jobs?
Like from my batch, from the experience of my batch and my alumni, I would say most of the people who don't take ISRO, either they go for pursuing higher education, maybe in some abroad or some IISc or IITs in India itself. Otherwise, they completely switch their role and move to MBA field. And third, because I see major people going to MBA or higher studies, and there are other set of people, who they try for some on campus. Some companies do come, but I would say those are not at par with IITs or NITs. So definitely you can apply. Say suppose if you are from aerospace engineering, you can apply for some car manufacturing firms such as Tata, JLR, or if you are in from EC field, there are a lot of electronic companies such as Nvidia, Qualcomm, HCL, Intel, TSMC. You can privately apply, ping their HR managers, and then get interview fixed and then join those companies. Otherwise, I would say some companies do come, say such as Skyroot. Definitely, the Skyroot people will come in alternate years or so to hire some people, and there are other startups of in space sector as well coming. There was Agnikul Aerospace, and there was ShatSure, which is doing satellite data analytics. So some related companies related to space sector do come. You can sit for their interviews and you can go into those fields. But I would say definitely most of the companies coming to IIST are related to space sector or in aerospace sector, such as car manufacturing or in mechanical field, some core companies. And with EC or engineering physics, most of them are from space startups.
So I understood that you get placement, there is a placement cell is going on, not for computer science, but for other areas you have placements.
Yes. Until now, because since ISR was taking most of the students into ISRO itself, so many people, other private players were not interested to come to IST. But now, things are getting changed, rules have changed, so we have to see how the placement cell gets developed. But definitely, if you are joining in the immediate year 2024 or 2025, then it would be a tough work. That would be a budding stage where the nature of IST itself is changing. So that would be a bit risky, I would say. So definitely making choices accordingly, because I can't guarantee a definite job, or once you are not getting a job at ISRO, how tough it would be to get into private also has to be looked. So definitely
Yes.
make your choices.
Maybe, Jaydeep, maybe one hopeful thing I can say is, because in India, as I said, Skyroot is also developed right in recent time. Maybe
Yes.
the private players come, if the more and more private companies come into this particular field,
Yes,
maybe
sir.
the students will not have a problem, because it is the only institution which is preparing
Yes.
students for the space. Maybe
Yes.
they have one advantage. If they
Yes.
wanted to get into computer, it may be a problem.
Yes, sir.
But yes,
Yes, sir.
in the
If
future,
you want to
yeah,
get
in the
into core space sector or startups in space sector itself, then that would be like you can easily apply, because they are already coming to IST itself. Only thing, if you want to switch the line or go into some multinational companies such as Nvidia, Samsung, or so, that would be tough.
yeah, definitely I understand. That's a very good question. Let's move on. So since it's a government job, the students may not expect, right, like software jobs. How
Yes.
much the initial pay and benefit for
Like to all the people who are listening, definitely when you compare with the pay scales of private players, government definitely pays much lesser because that's the nature of the government post. But when you join as a scientist engineer at ISRO, you will be placed in level 10 pay matrix of 7th CTC. So the basic would be around 56,100. So in hand you will be getting around 75 to 80,000 depending on what city of you are placed or what city you are getting job at, because the HRA rates are slightly different for city to city. So that is the one factor, one determining factor. But definitely you will be getting around 75 to 80,000.
and other benefits? So do we have any benefits other than your salary?
Benefits, one would be it would be CHSS. The best benefit you can expect from a government thing is a medical insurance, right? So there are only two organizations where this benefit of CHSS, which is called Contributory Health Service Scheme, where you pay a nominal amount, say some 250 rupees or 300 rupees per month, wherein yourself and your spouse or your children and your dependents, maybe your father and mother, if they are retirement income is not exceeding certain limit, so you can add them as your dependents. So all these family members will be will be covered under this CHSS scheme, where within India you can go to any hospital and you can do any treatment as such just by showing your card. They are not going to charge you a single penny.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And one more important, Jaydeep, will you work for 5 days a week?
Yes, the rule says it's 5 days a week, but definitely if you are placed in major centers of ISRO, or I would say, okay, not even major centers, definitely some days it would be 6 days a week, some days it will, sometimes it would be 7 days a week also. So depending on the project deadlines or the timelines which you have to meet, you have to be available at the service, because you are placed at ISRO as a gazetted officer. So you are equal to an IAS officer. So whatever payment you are getting, the same payment goes to an IAS officer also. So your salary and IAS salary are same. As you can see an IAS, there are no official timings. Whenever a call for duty comes, he has to show up in his office. Similarly, when there's an emergency or a schedule or a deadline to be met, you have to, the boss or the immediate supervisor can call you at any time of the day. You have to be ready to attend that duty. And definitely you will be given the job. Sometimes it could take 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or even Sundays they will call you for some testing purpose. You definitely have to be there. So don't expect like a regular government sarkari 9 to 5.
That's a one thing, beauty. Yeah, definitely, man. You have a lot of satisfaction. See, you are working for the future project, definitely, even if you work there. And remember, I think you don't have this tension like software layoffs, right? So
Yeah.
that is one way. That's a very good thing, because you may get 30 lakhs in a company in a software job, right? You don't know when you are going to do the job. Okay, as long as the job is there, you are okay, right? But your job is not like that. Even though you get less salary, but you have a guaranteed job.
Yes.
That is one important. Yeah, let's move on to the next question. This is one question lot of students are asking, Jaydeep. Suppose if a student complete aerospace engineering or aeronautical engineering outside IST, can they join ISRO? Is there any way?
Yes, sir, definitely yes. If you are graduating from other colleges outside IST, definitely there's an exam called ICRB, which is called ISRO Centralized Recruitment Board. Like we have a GATE exam conducted for graduating engineers. There's an exam separately conducted by ISRO itself, which is called ICRB. So the people from respective disciplines can write that exam and get admitted into ISRO. Similarly, there is also provision these days. ISR is also doing campus placements. So they go to NITs, they go to IITs as well, and they hire people from the campus placement itself. So that's one path to get into ISR. And third would be you can pursue your MTech, and there's also campus placement for MTech people as well, and you can complete your PhD and you can directly apply for ISRO. This sometimes regularly in every once in 2 years or once in 3 years, they release some post where they require some PhD people, so they can directly take PhD people as well. So there's no compulsion that you have to join IST itself. You can do BTech anywhere and write a centralized common ICRB, or you can go to some NIT or IIT, sit for campus placement, and come to ISR.
So, but there is a difference, right? You guys will get a job, I mean, without writing that exam. If you maintain that CGPA, you have a chance, right?
Yeah,
so will the same rules apply to the other people, or they have different rules?
If you come through ICRB, you have to clear the written test and then attend interview. Then you will be given a job. Coming to the campus placements at IITs or NITs, there will be written test as well as some interview. That depends, varies on institute to institute. There are some institute specific rules, or whoever the panel, whoever is coming to take the interview, it depends on his choice. So, because the manager or the deputy manager of the group comes for the interview, so he is going to select his own people. So he is going to ask his own questions, and then if he is convinced, he is going to take it.
And just one question. Yeah, go ahead.
But if you are through ICRB, you definitely have to write clear the common entrance exam and then the interview. But whereas in campus placements, it would be a bit lenient, because the group managers or the group heads are given a free hand to select people of their own interest.
Yeah, Jaydeep, I have a question. See, if you are not from IIST, to get into ISRO, which branch of engineering they should be from? Is it aerospace engineering or aeronautical or BTech or EC? Which is the best branch to get into, so that if I can come back to ISRO? Which branch you suggest?
I would say there's no differentiation as such from aerospace or EC. More or less, the placements would be similar. Like if you are performing equally well in both the fields, both the persons will be given an equal opportunity, I feel. Because there are it is like comparing oranges with apples. Mechanical field is mechanical field, EC field is EC field. You cannot compare that EC is superior to mechanical or mechanical is superior to EC. Definitely, both the students will be given equal opportunity. It will be only the pure interest of the student itself, which field he wants to pursue.
And is there any, see, every year you have fixed number of jobs, right? So will there be any ratio? These many students will be taken from IIST, these will be from outside?
That depends on the internal committee, but since my batch or since 2029, whoever was maintaining above 7.5, they were given the job. But again, as I mentioned, now the rules have changed. We have to see how many placements are, how many number of seats are being offered for IST intake has to be seen.
Okay, so the rules are good there. Yeah, Adin, you can unmute yourself and you can ask a question.
Yes, sir. What is the closing rank in JEE Advanced to get into IIST?
That also again it varies from batch to batch. So I would say it would go around maybe 12,000. Maybe sometimes it could go till 18,000, or sometimes it could get closed at 8,000 itself. So I would say
again in women's quota, do you think the rank will be more than 12,000?
I guess it would be, but it's no hard and fast rule. It basically depends how many people above you are getting are willing to interest or they are interested to join in that institute. Because this sector, because most of the people are unaware, because most of their parents don't want their children to send to remotest place like Trivandrum. So definitely, I would say the variation in the closing rank is huge, because I have been 4 years at IST. I have seen this matrix. So there was huge variation. Suddenly, there's a there's a sudden launch in this, and everyone came to me about IST, and people rushed in to join IST. And All India rank, he was 34, I guess. He was so interested into physics. So yes, even after getting All India rank 34, he joined IST because he wanted to do only physical science or physical research.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you.
I would say very generally 8,000 to 14,000 you can put as a margin.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, Gauri Manohar, you can unmute yourself and you can ask a question.
Sir, I'm currently in 11th grade and I have opted for biology. So, how can this particular subject help me in getting into IISTs?
Unfortunately, IST doesn't have any field with respect to bioengineering or genetical engineering or advanced topics of biology. So definitely, I would suggest do biology or this continue your bio research or whatever related field, but keep an eye on ICRB recruitment, where these specific fields such as bioengineering or chemical engineering or specific areas of architecture. These engineers regularly get hired through specialized recruitment such as ICRB or the campus placements itself. But unfortunately through IST, I think with biology background, you will not be able to clear first JE advanced, and then you know I
So I think Gauri Manohar, the question is the entrance exam, the main criteria for a seat in IIST is advanced. So biology students are not eligible for advanced, that's the main problem. So I think if we can do mathematics, I think Jaideep, if they write one mathematics extra paper, they're eligible. If you take a bio, this whatever
like
MYPC.
if you are from CBSE or also like MYPC, if you are covering all the subjects, then you can take the advance and come.
Yes, sir. I'm
So you
taking
can do maths
physics,
extra one
chemistry,
paper, you
math,
can
and
do that,
bio.
okay?
That if that is the case, if you are taking the 4 subjects, then you can clear the advance and then you can join it.
Yes. Sir, Murali Reddy garu, you can unmute yourself and ask a question, sir.
Sir,
Murali,
good
sir?
evening, sir. Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes. Good evening, Venkatesh, sir, and good evening, Jaideep, for your work at ISRO, Trivandrum.
Yes,
And what I say, it is not a question. It is a suggestion for the group of participants, young students that are present today. Basically, I am a chemical engineer from RV College of Engineering, Bangalore. My attempt to the ISRO was in 1990. I attended one interview at Nellore, but I was not successful. But that was the opportunity I got after completing my chemical engineering. So my suggestion to the students, because I've been watching the various questions from the student group, do not compare these IT jobs with the space related jobs, because going to the space is a dream. Anybody wants to do something different out of their core industry, that is either chemical or a electrical electronics subject, and you wanted to do something which you are related to the core knowledge. Definitely a place like ISRO, a premier institution in India, you can always venture into it, and you have a lot of future. So IT is a separate sector. So do not have two minds. You are really want to do something different. So ISRO is the right platform, and this is what I wanted to advise. This is not my opinion. So definitely you try to opt for the ISRO related positions or opportunities, and over a period, longer period, you will have a lot of benefits by working with ISRO. As Venkatesh sir said, IT, yes, yeah, you are getting a better package and other things. But what about down the line 20, 30 years? Are you going to survive in IT with all your existing other issues? Is it possible to work for 20, 30 years in IT? Whereas in ISRO, you have a very good growth as you go along. So this is what I want to give a message to the student community. So thank you, Jaydeep, for your work at ISRO, and all the best for your future endeavors.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir. It was very apt, sir. Definitely, it is a perfect, relevant point because I will try to quote an anecdote from previous TED talks also. Many people used to come and say artificial intelligence or the machine learning or the deep learning or the neural learning is the future of the world, and all the blue collar jobs or all the regular mundane jobs will be removed, and all the blue collar jobs will be eliminated. But if you see the current scenario, it is not the blue collar jobs who are losing the jobs. It is in fact the IT people are losing the jobs, because if you want to repair a fan or if you want to change a tube light, no computer program or artificial intelligence program is going to come and build a rocket for you or change the tube light in your home or repair the fan. You need a physical person to do that. But whereas a coder or an online programmer, now the artificial intelligence is taking his job. So the white collar jobs are getting replaced by AI, not the blue collar jobs. So definitely, if you are wanting to go into IT sector, definitely keep this aspect in your mind, because artificial intelligence is not going to kill the blue collar jobs. It is first going to eat the white collar jobs.
Fantastic, Jaydeep. That's a really wonderful example you gave. And one more thing, Jaydeep. This recently when Chandrayaan launched, right? And lot of women photos are circulated, they become viral, right? So everybody, there is a lot of comments are going on. You can see the satisfaction that you're going to derive from the work that you're doing, right? You said you work on Saturday, you work on Sunday. You have purpose, you have a mission in the mind. Even the software guys also work absent, they work on the clock. But there is always a pressure. See, recent time, when the thousands are left from Facebook and Meta, all that. I mean, these even Apple, people are really worried about whether will I have a job or not, right? But you guys have that wonderful satisfaction. You don't have that threat that you're not going to, I mean, your job is always secure, right? That feeling is, I think it's awesome, right? Yeah, we have one more question. Srikar, can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Excuse me, sir. Sir, can artificial intelligence take away doctor's job?
Well, man, like doctor's job would be, it is a broad area. Like you cannot comment. It is not a hard and fast rule that it is going to replace the doctor as such. But
to some extent, yeah, Jaydeep, to some extent, yes. Yes,
Sir, in this field, like in the ISRO, can artificial intelligence dominate over humans?
Because definitely not. Because if you want, see, artificial intelligence, what basic thing is, see the chat GPT or any other tools, if you take, what computer is going to replicate is it is able to generate its own code. It is able to classify different objects. But in the sector like space sector, you want to actually build the rocket, right? You want the physical component to be sitting there and physical component to be tested, which definitely a computer right now it cannot on its own build the entire rocket itself. But yeah, definitely maybe down the way, after 50, 80 years or 100 years, maybe there are advanced robots where the robot itself is making the entire rocket. But that would be a very distant or long shot. But at least for our lifetime, say next 100 years or 80 years, definitely IT industry is the one which is going to be affected, not the physical industry.
Actually,
yes.
Sir, I
Srikar,
had
I
a
will add one
Srikar.
point here for your question. Definitely, doctor's job one-to-one AI is not going to influence. AI can perform certain tasks, that is medical transcription jobs, that is reading a X-ray, reading a MRI, this type of activities AI can do. But doctor's job, no, it cannot. And coming on to the your second question of ISRO area of work, AI, no, it is not possible because human intelligence is always in top. So AI doesn't have that capability to penetrate into a human type of brilliance and performing the scientific task. Okay, there also it is not ruled out. So why it is penetrating in the IT? Because IT there are certain monotonous job, that is repetitive work. These works are going to be overtaken by the artificial intelligence. Like you are creating a project or you are doing certain manual tasks. These tasks AI can perform. And here IT also, if you have a task related to the human intelligence, that is human is performing, there also IT cannot do anything. So don't worry of artificial intelligence. Human intelligence is at this point of time, it's a great and your job is not going to be lost. So don't worry about AI too much.
Thank you so much, sir. Wonderful answer. Jaydeep,
Sir.
let's continue, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So one
We
last
have few more questions.
so one last question.
Yes, Srikar.
Sir, actually, actually, I first year full I prepared for my NEET, sir. Now suddenly I feel I don't want to become a doctor due to the high competition and other reasons. Now, can you suggest some tips so you can cover the first PU math and second PU maths? Because if I have to write JEE advanced, I have to be strong at math, right? Can you suggest some smart study tips to cover everything fast? I know
Uh,
first reason is practice. With that, can you suggest some foundations or any chapters which are most important?
uh, like if you ask me as a personal question, like I would say it would be straight answer would be no, because covering simply for some 3 4 months would definitely not do. But if you are really interested, for practicing or getting good score or to build your foundations properly, definitely I would suggest you to give at least 1 year proper focus on a particular thing and then apply and go for that exam. Because if you are studying only for the sake of exam, how to get my marks, how to boost my marks by 1 or 2 more marks, that should be the final stages of your preparation, right? If you have done to the entire 10 months of rigorous coursework, and the last 2 months is the point where you focus on critical areas and practice important problems, just to brush up your old lost concepts. But definitely I would say give it a time of 6 to 8 months, practice regularly, and then go for an exam. Because if you clear JEE advanced and once you sit in your BTech college, it will not be that easy as intermediate, because they'll straight away throw you the problems, and professors will be like, if you want to do, you learn and do it by yourself. There's no spoon feeding as such in BTech colleges. They'll simply give you an assignment, they'll give you 1 hour class, and most of NITs and IITs or any other institute, I'll tell you, professors are like, if you want to attend the class, you attend the class. If you don't want to attend the class also, it's okay for us. I'll give exam as I want, you write the paper. If you are scoring enough, I will give you full attendance. So this is how the modern trend is. So definitely I would say give it some time, grow part by part, build your foundations properly first, and then attempt the exam. Because without foundation, you cannot crack any interviews, or even itself you cannot clear the first year of your graduate studies as well. So foundations are the key, and to grow the foundations, you definitely need to give it some time.
Srikar, you
Yes,
got your answer?
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Srikar, you are from which place, man?
Sir, I'm from Vidyavardhaka Sangha, Basveshwanapur.
Which one?
Vidyavardhaka Sangha College.
Yeah, you are from Bangalore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Who shared this link to you?
Sir, excuse me, pardon.
How did you get this webinar link?
Sir, actually my teacher sent it.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, thank you so much for the job. Yeah, let's move on, Jaideep.
Yes,
This is
sir.
the another interesting question lot of students have, and I've seen lot of students are fascinated about NASA, right? So after completion of BTech from IIST, do you have a chance to get into NASA?
Sir, unfortunately, the straight answer would be no, sir. Because NASA, as you know, because space sector is one thing which is considered as a coveted organization and a secretive organization for any country. So the policy of NASA, or else if you take the case of ISRO itself, you have to be an Indian national to get into ISRO. Similarly, you have to be an US citizen to get into NASA. But however, if you want to work for some NASA projects or if you want to be a part of NASA, what NASA or ISRO does is some part of their projects, they will be giving it to outside third party vendors or other private institutions, not revealing the complete information about the project. They will give you a part of this project. Say suppose there are 10 steps in a project, they will give you the last 2 steps to the third party or the private organization without revealing the details of the other steps of the process. So you can join in a private company which is working as a contractor for NASA and work in those NASA projects, and you can contribute to NASA. But directly, if you want to be an employee, the answer would be straight no. You have to be a contractual employee working in some other third party company.
Yeah, understood. I understood the reason behind it. Thank you so much. Let's move on. Few questions we have.
So coming to the advice for school students for space industry, so I will definitely eliminate the jargons used in space industry or aeronautics, aerospace. Definitely, these are all not required, I would say, because a space sector, sir, definitely to build a rocket or to build an entire launch vehicle and the satellite, you need a people from electronics background, you need a people from electrical background, you need people from metallurgy, you need people from project management, you need people from finance, you need people from telemetry area, you need people from range operations. So definitely, building a rocket would involve many different fields. It would involve civil engineer, chemical engineer, or whatnot. So I would say you can be in any of the field. You can take aerospace, chemical, any field, any graduation field to that matter. And if your ultimate goal is to contribute to ISRO, definitely there are paths to come and join in ISRO, because ISRO doesn't differentiate a mechanical engineer from a civil engineer, to a chemical engineer, because that is the beauty of a government organization, right? You can be a professor in any of the division or any of the department. You are paid the same salary. Similarly, in the space sector, you can come from any BTech field. You can definitely, there will be ample projects given to you, and you can contribute to ISRO. So as such, I would say follow your passion, be it in any engineering. Just complete the course, become a master in your own area. If you are from EC, become a master in your own field. And if your ultimate aim is to contribute to the organization or contribute to India itself, you can join DRDO, ISRO, anything else. Because it's a system engineering. It's not a piece by piece engineering. It is a system engineering. You have to create the entire system. So I would say follow your passion, complete degree in whichever field you want, and then come to ISRO.
Let's move on to the next question. A lot of students they say that, as I said, they want to become a computer science and they don't have skills in maths. As a speaker said, he's not good at mathematics, or if you want to get into JEE means maths is very important, right? So similarly, definitely if you want to excel in computer science, coding or any, they have to have math skills. So if the student want to get into space, right? What are the key areas they should focus on? What are the essential skills one should have?
So again, coming to essential skills, definitely I would say curiosity would be the one key factor, sir. You have to be curious to know what you are interested in. That is what will drive any person, to excel in his own field. You have to be curious to know things going in your field, in your area of interest. So one thing would be curious, try to explore various things, what is going on in your field. Say if you are from an electronics background, try to learn what are the latest research going on. Try attending different workshops. Try to contact as many people as you want, and then understand what where the market is going, what are the new trends coming in the market. Basically, you keep yourself updated. Definitely, you cannot be a master in every field that is available out there, but pick a field of your own interest and become a master in it. That is how you can contribute in any sector.
Sir, I can add one point here. Venkatesh garu.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Add, sir.
Sir, to add a few points to the Jaideep clarification. One base thing is student should have that research mindset. That is inculcate area of doing something innovation, critical thinking, problem solving approach, and always you should have a G to do things differently. So these are all the basic things that are going to help you when you are onboarding into space or any research area. Where I always, because the challenges are there. So now Chandrayaan 3 has come means, you look back yesterday, there are so many space research activities that have happened that we are seeing a launching of such a proud moment in India. So research is the most important thing. One should have that mindset. Do not have a dual mindset if you want to go to the research. So at the school, college level itself or school itself, try to do something innovative. Focus on the idea generation, ideation. And I will say problem solving, the knowledge in mathematics and critical thinking. These are all the basic skills that one should inculcate.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I request everyone, please mute yourself. Everyone, please mute yourself. Yeah, Gauri Manwari, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question.
Sir, can you recommend some resources from where we can enrich our skills in these particular fields? Sir?
Well, if you want to, improve your critical thinking, you can definitely participate in some Olympiads as such. Many books on logical reasoning and stuff, and you can try attempting different Olympiads. Other source would be online workshops or online free courses are available. You can enroll yourself, and there are some summer camps going on here and there. You can enroll yourself in those summer camps. Yeah, basically most of the material which you want is free available online. Other aspect would be definitely be curious to know. Try writing some Olympiads, make yourself sharp. Go to some abacus coaching or something, or you try some Vedic maths. Keep exploring yourself. That is what I would say.
And Jaideep, one question. A lot of students, they don't want to learn physics in +2 level, thinking that when they go to engineering, they don't require much physics. But in your sector, in space exploration, right, I think they should have a good knowledge in physics also. What are the main areas of physics they should be thorough with?
Once again, that would be again a broad question, sir. It would depend on what area of or what project you are working in. If you are, working in some guidance or control areas, you definitely need to have an understanding of free body diagrams and then RBD, rigid body dynamics. Where you have to model the rigid body dynamics of the entire rocket. Or if you are working in some wind tunnel projects, definitely you need to have a good grasp of fluid mechanics. And say suppose if you are, it varies from the project to project or which area you are contributing in. But definitely everywhere physics would be the key. Chemistry, I would say, organic part, may not be that essential for all the engineers, but definitely math and physics will be the key subjects if you want to go into space sector. Now, I will not restrict myself to a particular subject in physics because you never know what area you are going to be put at. Because one thing which do happen at ISRO is you will be undertaking a project in one specific area. But when you join at ISRO, they will be like they will not be putting you in your area where you are feeling comfortable. They will definitely try to push you into the area where you are not comfortable. So it is like they'll throw you in the sea, and you have to you have to find your path, and you have to come to the shore. So that is how I will not pinpoint a specific area, but in general, math and physics are the key areas if you want to go into the space sector.
That's wonderful, Jaydeep, because a lot of students, they think that they don't use physics much, so they don't want to focus, right? They are preparing only for the exam sake. So that's a wonderful thing you mentioned. Yeah, let's move on to a few more questions we have. Let's talk about this organization. Right now, at which places we have the branches of ISRO? We know only about Sriharikota.
Yes.
Different centers meant for.
Okay, so as you can see in this picture, it is a semi-cropped picture of a launch vehicle. So in this launch vehicle, if you see, there are many different stages, or I would say many different parts. You would feel that these parts are getting assembled, because you cannot make an entire launch vehicle which is of 5 meters height in a single stroke. Right. So what different centers do is they manufacture their individual parts, or I would say individual payloads, and then they bring everything to SHAR, which is Sriharikota. So so I will start with the chronological order. What happens in ISRO is, first they'll identify a specific project or the specific requirement which is given to the Department of Space. For that, they have to develop the payload, which is nothing but a satellite or a sensor or whatever it is for that specific project. For that, the satellite or the sensors which are to be put at certain orbit or certain location, that will be done at SAT, which is there in Ahmedabad and in Bangalore. In Bangalore, it is called URSC. So Ahmedabad and Bangalore are responsible for design, development, and testing of the satellite and the payload. Vikram Sarabhai Space Center and a few other centers around Trivandrum. You can club everything as, for the time being, for simplicity sake, everything in Trivandrum and the areas around it. You can overarching, you can call them as VSSC. So VSSC is responsible for design of the launch vehicle. This launch vehicle is used to put the satellite in the desired orbit. So once VSSC manufactures the launch vehicle, that will be taken to SHAR. Whatever is the satellite or the payload is there, that comes from Bangalore and Ahmedabad. That comes and assembled into the launch vehicle. And at the particular day of the launch, it is getting launched from Sriharikota. So I would say, in summary, it would be Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Trivandrum, and Sriharikota. And Hyderabad for after launching operations. So once the satellite is put into the orbit, you have to do something with the data, right? So that is done from Hyderabad.
Right. So will all the center work together, or are they independent organizations?
No, there will be a project management office that will oversee the operations of respective centers, and they will collectively, it is like a project organization. So it's project management.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. So what type of jobs students can expect for those who are into space? What are the levels that they can rise to?
So once again, it is again a broad area, because I told what ISRO does is system engineering. So there will be different engineers from different backgrounds. One thing definitely required from them is to excel in their own areas. So once you are getting promoted and moving to higher pay scales or higher levels, you are required to understand the different areas as well. So a computers engineer or a electronics engineer is required to know something about mechanical, because you cannot be a scientist or you have taken 4 or 5 promotions and you cannot say I only know electronics, I will do only electronics. No, but in any organization you take, whether it is private or government, you are definitely required to have multidisciplinary skills. At least not contributing technically, you should be a techno-managerial, and you are required to handle finances. you are required to sit in some technical committees and at least get the gist of what is being said. So ultimately, you have to become a techno managerial, handling finances and having multidisciplinary knowledge, and in turn, you have to be responsible for completion of that project given to you.
Very good. This is another interesting question, Jaydeep. Is it challenging career? What are the challenges you face?
One would definitely be lack of knowledge, how to get into ISRO itself. The second thing would be, again, some space constraint might be there because some north people might not want to come to Trivandrum itself. So that would be there. So personal reasons apart, if you are happy with the salary, if you are happy, staying in India, contributing to the organization, challenges in the job you feel, like I would say if you are interested in the job, if you are, you are enthusiastic to learn more, the salary will become redundant, and you will try enjoying solving different problems or issues which are coming up. So, but definitely as an young engineer, when you are put into ISRO, definitely you will be put in an area where you will feel definitely uncomfortable. You will be sitting with senior scientists, and you will be facing the chairman ISRO regularly at the interviews. So you have to convince him that whatever you are telling you is correct, because chairman might be from different engineering discipline, but he will have the idea, some rough idea about your area of work as well. So you have to, without getting too technical into your topic, you have to convince your senior management that whatever you are saying is correct. So that is one area where any engineers face a challenge. One would be communication skills as well, because people mostly focus on their technical skills and they do neglect their interpersonal skills and communication skills. So when you are not presenting it well enough, so your boss is definitely going to reject your idea. And more also in R&D institutions, we need to convince your boss, to get the funding, and make him accept your idea. You should make him accept that this is going to work and this is the way to move. So I would say focus on your interpersonal skills and definitely become master in your own field, and then learn to take up challenges, because definitely ISRO will not make you feel comfortable. It will put you in a tough role.
Very good, very good. That's good.
So space technology future prospects, I would say, as you are saying, space sector is getting open for private players as well. So there are definitely a lot more private companies going to come up, and the future missions would include, we have now gone to Chandrayaan 3. I will not comment on the secret operations or the future projects of ISRO, but definitely whatever is in air or whatever is open to the public, I would say we are starting to build our own space station. We are in plans. The upcoming project would be Gaganyaan, where we will be sending the people to, at an altitude of 400 to 500 kilometers, and they will be staying there for 1 week, and they will be coming down. So future would be, taking humans into space. Space tourism will be one such area, building space station, and then ultimately going to moon and then going to Mars. At least for the next 80 to 100 years, maybe.
Very good. And in India, is there, as I said, is the private sector, or is there any other way to get into this type of knowledge?
I would say there are only, for the time being, there are only a handful companies available in India. Some Skyroot or Bellatrix Aerospace, and then Shadshore. There are only a few handful companies, but more still, point to be noted or a caution is that they are still in startup stage itself. So anything can happen, because if you fail a single launch, it will be worth costing crores and crores of rupees. It will be around 300 to 400 crores of rupees. So a single failure can turn the financials of a startup company upside down. So there is that inherent risk for a startup company. But if you are okay with the risk, you can definitely join a startup. Otherwise, ISRO would be an option. If you are okay trying to go abroad, there would be definitely NASA. But for that, you definitely have to be there for some 10 years in US working for some private company and then make a switch to NASA because you have to be a citizen. Same is the case with Europe, but Europe citizenship is much easier than USA, so you can try for European Space Agency. Or if you are interested in Japan, you can go there. And there are other small countries, they are also trying to come up with their own space programs. But it is yet to see how quickly and efficiently they are going to implement. Countries like UAE, South Korea, small countries, they are also trying to set up their own space. So these are the areas.
Okay, what are the things that we can say?
Current projects, I would say Chandrayaan 3, it's due on August 23rd, so still some maneuvers are going on. Other would be, we are targeting to go to Venus. That's a long shot. Immediate would be taking humans to space, which is called the Gaganyaan program. It is, I think, scheduled on 2025. So currently we are working on that. There would be RLV project where I think this few months ago, or 1 or 2 months ago, we have successfully demonstrated the landing gear experiment, where it is a form of a space shuttle type of thing which US has developed long back. We are trying to re-implement the same program. Other would be next generation launch vehicle, upgrade the present launch vehicle with the newer technologies, and you can take higher payloads to space. So these would be the next 50 years of ISR, I would say.
One last question, Jaydeep, we want to know why we want to land on the other side of the moon. Is there any use? What is the major mission behind the Chandrayaan project?
One thing which I would say is we have not landed on the other side of the moon, but we are trying to land on the poles of the moon. We are actually trying to land on the south pole of the moon. This country, China has tried to land on the other side of the moon. As I am calling the other side and the front side because it's a fun fact. Like if you see the moon, whatever day or whatever period, if you see, you will see the same part of the moon always because the rotation speed of the moon matches with the rotation speed of the Earth. So you will always be in seeing the same face of the moon. What China did is that it has traveled to the other side of the moon, which is dark, which is not facing to the Earth. They have landed there, and the US has landed at the equator. Europe has also landed at the equator. So we are trying to go to the poles of the moon. Coming to the scientific reasons why we are going to poles of the moon would be because the light falling on the pole regions would be less for any planet. If you take for the case of Earth, if you see there are higher ice caps at the poles, right? So we want to go there and analyze the surface, what are all the compositions of that, because one key element would be helium-3, which is abundantly available at moon. So that could be a major source of fuel for the upcoming nuclear fusion technologies. And definitely, if there are any other rare earth elements which are not available in the earth itself, try to bring them back to earth and eventually make a more habitable place for humans.
That's wonderful. So we understood now why you want to send this satellite. Okay. Yeah, wonderful, Jaydeep. Yeah, it's time for a few more questions if you don't mind. So let's take few. Yeah, that so far you gave us the complete picture about the space, IST, all that. Sir, one final comment I want to listen from Murli sir. What is your comment on this webinar?
Sir, I think it is a very important and a very good informative program for the aspirants of the young minds of our India, those who wanted to do or contribute to the nation. So for us, the nation first, then we come into the land. So, and also it is a one type of change for those students whose mind is filled with IT. Yes, IT definitely it is a source of employment today because of more companies are there and more opportunities are there. But other side of the coin, there are excellent opportunities in India where a core industry knowledge students can perform and do well. And my advice to the students is they should focus in a long-term goal rather than the short-term gain. And in this case of education today, digitization and technology, first is learning, then is earning. So now every person is trying to earn without having a lot of gaining the knowledge. So they should first learn, then try. Yes, definitely there is a platform to gain your expertise and earn. So I think Jaydeep, your insight is excellent, and I wish you many more successes and involvement in ISRO projects. And way forward, your knowledge and the transfer of this information to the community is essential. I thank Venkatesh sir for getting such a unique platform and bringing you to share your knowledge. And it is a need of the hour, and we need a lot of engineers to contribute to the development of the country. It can be infrastructure, it can be a space, or it can be other areas of industry. So I think it is a good opportunity. Thank you, sir, both of you.
Thank you, Ritigar, for sharing your feedback. Wonderful. Thank you so much. You
Thank
came
you.
from the beginning.
Definitely, definitely, I am honored, to come to this platform and share my knowledge with so many youngsters who want to be part of ISRO or who are in a confused state to which direction they have to go. Definitely, a groom has to grow beyond physical boundaries and reach every nook and corner of India or the world, in fact. So definitely, I've learned many things from Venkatesh sir during my initial days of studies. So definitely, this is like a part of you call Guru Dakshina, which you give back to the Guru himself. So definitely, I am always helpful and ready to be a part of in whatever small way I can contribute. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jaydeep. I am very, very happy to see you on the screen. I am very excited also because, sir, Murli sir, Jaydeep he came to, I mean, we stay in the same apartment. He is my neighbor. So I think when he was in 6th class, I was really surprised. He used to start NC work. He used to bring all the doubts. So I know that this fellow is going to settle very well. And sir, we want to listen before Rohini. We go to Srinivas Garu, his father. Srinivas sir, can unmute yourself and share your excitement as a proud father.
Sir, I would like to add a few things what Muralidhar sir has added, and I would like to share my views to the student who is aspiring to enter into space community. Sir, this joining ISRO itself is a proud moment for any Indian because it is the apex organization in our country. So if nation comes first, who thinks in that angle, then definitely the ISRO is the best one. There is no doubt in that. Only nowadays, the problem is that nowadays the students want to, if I complete my degree in any course, then what salary I am getting. And the comparison makes everything is spoiled, sir. That is the spoiled game. But the other side of the coin is what kind of respect we are earning. Suppose, like say, if somebody is there, my friends' colleagues, my friends' sons and other things, those who are joined in IT sector and all. So there will be a different IT sector, but definitely the kind of comment as a parent we are receiving that gives most of the satisfaction to ourselves, because this is a research oriented field. I suggest the students who want to take the challenges, who want to contribute, who want to enjoy the life as they grow, then definitely this is the best choice. Because IT sector, because in my contemporary colleagues who are all working in the senior positions also, they are facing a lot of problems. Because in IT sector, in the computer side, so as you grow, then more challenges, and there will be the burden to the industry until and unless they prove themselves, because all cannot be sit in the hierarchy level in the top. Whereas in the research field, as you grow, your experiences you are gaining, then the importance is they are gaining. Thereby they can contribute, they can earn also more. So, and so otherwise society also the respect, the kind of respect they are earning is definitely it is more. A scientist in ISRO and a scientist in like Infosys or TCS, you cannot beyond the comparable at any stage. Maybe fact-wise may be different, but definitely the quality of life, the kind of respect, definitely it is there. Because just we compare with one organization to another organization, or one kind of job to another kind of job. So definitely the research field is definitely is suitable for the people who can willing to work hard and contribute and enjoy and earn.
That's wonderful,
That's all,
Srinivas
sir.
Garu. Yeah, Murli sir, Srinivas sir is also an engineer. He's working in GMR, sir, right? Srinivas Garu?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm
Yeah, he's working with GMR in Rajman. Okay, Srinivas Garu, one more comment. How proud you are to see Jaydeep on the screen as a parent. What is your
Sir,
feedback on this webinar?
Sir, I always indebted to you, sir, because your guidance is making whatever is today. Because being a proud neighbor, we always get inspiration from you, because you used to share a lot of books, which book he has to read in physics and other things. So he is also used to interact with, encourage, and the more thing is that he is more specific, even though if I and involve in the lot of discussions and debates. That is what it is required, and I suggest for all the students. You please raise the number of doubts or questions, whatever it may comes into your heart or into your mind, whether it is right or wrong or good or bad, whatever it is there, it has to come out. Then only your mind will be free, and you can think, or you can work, or you can put your effort.
Like one more suggestion for Exum as well, sir. Like we can start a course or where people from different backgrounds and come discuss on a random topic, because I have seen most of people who are from Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, because they are, I will not name the institutes explicitly, but they are habituated to rote learning. Professor comes, they are habituated to solve 50-20 questions, the same questions come the next day, and they are able to write the examination and they are able to get a good CGPA. But however, when the point comes to convincing your professor, when the point comes, you have to convince your registrar to do something, or when you have to convince your boss to do something, people from especially from our states, I have seen many people from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, they just blabber, because they lose many opportunities because they don't have the skills to talk and convince the other people, especially in English language. So definitely this is one area we can focus in Edroom, where people come and talk in English for some 30 15 minutes, and then listen back the recording to themselves and see how they have spoken and correct themselves.
Yeah, definitely, Jay, it's a wonderful idea you gave. Yeah, we have this. Once we begin that social network, right, we want to conduct such program. Even Murli sir is also mentor. He give us a lot of ideas, and we want to conduct a communication skills webinar very soon with Murli sir. Because yeah, even I heard. Jaydeep, one professor told me in North India they have only these many skills, but they are getting these many jobs. But in South India we have these many knowledge. This much of knowledge is there, but these many skills are there. So that is the main problem with us. So definitely this is one area we have to improve a lot. Thank you so much. And we want to hear from Rohini Vishu. Can you unmute yourself and ask a question?
So can you hear
Rohini?
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Go
good
ahead.
evening, Jaideep sir. I had a few doubts. In IAST, could you tell me the opportunities about dual degrees as the new NEP has come out?
And Jaydeep, unmute yourself, please.
Okay, sir. I'm audible now?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, coming to the course, if you see the course structure of engineering physics as such, you can go through the list of courses they are being offered, and if you go keenly through that, it is mainly focused on physics aspects, such that you will be graduating from the institute, such as MTech from solid state physics, MTech in quantum physics, or MTech in optical engineering. So these are very niche sectors. You will be working in highly concentrated fields. But one point of caution will be, there are not lot many companies who are involved into these areas. So, like, say, suppose you can graduate from a institute such as IIST from quantum computing or quantum engineering, but there are only handful companies, one or two companies in India which are working in quantum computing or these areas. But definitely, if you want to work in abroad, where cutting edge research happens in physical sciences, such as pure physics or pure chemistry or pure biology or pure genetical engineering, definitely when you graduate from these science courses, definitely a lot of options open up for you in abroad. But unfortunately, India doesn't give much importance to physical sciences or the pure sciences area. So definitely, I won't say that you will not get any job, but chances of getting a job will be slightly tough. You might have to pursue a PhD as well, and then join as a professor or something. And then because there's a company called IBM. This works in the area of quantum computing. When I pinged to their HR managers, they are like, we are not going to take BTech or MTech level students. We need only PhD level students because this research itself costs thousands and thousands of crores. So this entire project we are not willing to put in hands of some BTech or MTech engineer. So definitely, when you go to physical sciences, opportunities get narrowed down, especially when you are in physics area. It is much concentrated because the cost of the project goes higher and higher.
So I guess I hadn't stated my question correctly. I meant that you said that not all of them get admitted to ISRO. Not all of them get the chance. So if I do a double degree, as in if I, out of the three main branches, if I major in one of them and minor in the other subject, do I have an upper hand from all the other peers that I have to get into
in IIST, you don't have this concept of major and minor. Like, you have to clear all the mandatory courses and you have to take electives. But end of those 5 years, you will be only given a certificate in MTech in solid state physics or MTech in optical engineering or MTech in quantum computing as such. There's no option that you are a major in aerospace and minor in EC. There's no such option. If you are taking engineering physics, so the course name itself is engineering physics. So there's no option of major in aerospace, minor in AC as such. If you are in engineering physics, you have to complete the physics course itself. Maybe one or two courses as a part of your interest you can take, but definitely that might not help because one or two courses in a specific course, it's not like an IT company, where you can know the coding and apply for any company, because aerospace you cannot complete the entire course in one or two courses.
Sir, and is there, sir, another doubt? Is there the option of if I get a seat in NIT or an IIT, and if I had to study astrophysics in IIST, do I have the option of doing both of the degrees at the same time? As in IGNOU is an online university, the same way is there opportunities in IIST so that I can pursue both of them together?
The problem with IIST is IIST doesn't give online degree, but any other degree, as you mentioned, IGNOU or any, there are many universities which give you an online degree. You can study at IIST and you can enroll for some other online degree in different college and you can finish that. But IST as such doesn't give you an online degree.
Would I have to go
Yeah.
physically to Thiruvananthapuram and
Yeah, you have to go physically go and compulsory you have to stay in their hostel itself. They won't allow you a private residence as well.
okay, sir, thank you.
Yeah, Rohini, what is your feedback on this webinar? How useful is it to you?
It was very helpful, sir.
You are from which class, miss?
From Bangalore, Vidya Vardakad, sir.
So you are studying 11th class?
12th.
Oh, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, anyone, if you have any doubt, please, we want to wind up. It's too long already. Jaydeep has spent a lot of time. Thank you so much, Jaydeep. Anyone has any question before we wind up this program? One last question. Yeah, I said, everyone, please, Rohini, please fill that forms which are there in the comment section. Please fill those forms. We are going to send you the certificate for all the participants. And definitely, this is a wonderful program. I'm looking at new Jaydeep. The Jaydeep I have seen is completely different. The shy guy now he's become so mature. See, this is what happens, sir. The degree, the institution that you grew up there, that gives you confidence. Because I know Jaydeep from, as I said, childhood. He was so shy. He never spoke like this. But you see what happened. The transformation that happened at these institutions is immense. And one thing I can say certainly, the quantum physics is going to rule the world very soon, but it may take some time. It is not happening in US. In India, it takes a lot of time. But because this mathematical computing is going to be has its own limitation, the quantum computing is going to take part of it. But maybe it's a long story. As of now, we cannot say it. So anyone has one last question? Anyone? Okay. So thank you so much, Jaydeep. Yeah, Prem, you unmute yourself and please ask your question.
Sir, hi sir. So I am actually interested in astrophysics. So can you suggest me a suitable pathway for pursuing this career?
Okay, like one astrophysics, if you are saying specifically astrophysics, I would say you are definitely inclined to space industry. So for doing astrophysics, basically it is monitoring the movements of planets and observing those planets and analyzing the atmospheric studies of those planets. So I would say you have to be definitely a master, or you have to be a good understanding in optical physics and like those areas itself. I will not explicitly name all of them, but if you want me to elaborate on the pathway, definitely I would encourage take a course at IST, which is engineering physics. It gives you an option at MTech in astrophysics itself. So the pathway would be become strong in the areas of physics, clear JEE advanced. Not even in IST, I think there are definitely other institutes as well which is going to offer these courses. Otherwise, you can graduate from a BSc degree from any reputed pure science colleges of India, and then you can move abroad, pursue your masters and PhD. Because these niche areas, these are not an areas where you have a good managerial skills and you can manage the entire project. You have to sit down and you have to work long hours and you have to write the research paper, and then only you will be getting the funding. So these areas, you like fix up in your mind that PhD is the thing for you, and you have to continue your studies till PhD. Because other core areas, after a set of 10-15 years, it is only techno managerial. You will be made head of or you are responsible for the entire project. But in niche areas like astrophysics or genetical engineering, so these areas, you have to make your mindset or you have to tune yourself to undertake research and continue your studies till PhD.
Sir, are there any astrophysics? I mean, do any college in India provide astrophysics in undergraduate?
I am not 100% sure, so I don't want to comment. But definitely, I can search up on the internet, or I can connect you to my engineering physics colleagues at ISRO itself. They can throw much light on me because this is not the area I am currently working. So unfortunately, I am not the right person.
Yeah, Prem, you can do one thing. Go to Edroom and post your question. We'll get back to you. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Jaideep, I have one question. See, we see a lot of astronauts going to space from US, right?
Yes, sir.
So when are we going to see such people from India?
Very soon, sir. 2025 people are going. Currently, we are working on that crew capsule itself and recovery experiments. Sir. Most of the recovery experiments, I think yesterday news you might have seen one recovery experiment from the Indian Navy has taken place. So all the things are getting up. Maybe if everything goes well, by 2025 we are going to send Indian astronauts. I think it was initially planned for 3 people. Now I think it is due to size constraints. It is reduced to 2 people. So 2 people will be going, and I think 3 or 4 days they will stay in the orbit and then come down.
So how long it will take for us to have a ISS for India? A place
That
in at
will
least ISS.
The ISS, I think, sir, like they might not allow us because you need to adapt to their standards. Like instead of doing that, better thing would be to develop our own small sized ISS because sir, because the main fundamental point of Indian space program is not to compete with NASA or the other organizations because if you see India's budget is very less because if you want to have a space station of ISS size, it takes huge funding and there might be many failures in doing this. So that takes a lot of political will as well because you cannot fail a single launch. It costs around thousands of crores. So then, the politicians are responsible to answer that 1,000 crores you could have spent on some poor people. They will have good food. So budget-wise is the main constraint for India. So currently our space program is such that we will focus on the needs of India only, how best we can improve the standard of living of Indian people and develop the private space so that we create much jobs in this sector. And then once the private players come in and funding from the private players come in, then we can slowly expand and think about competing with NASA, China.
Thank you so much. Murli sir, one final word from you, one here. Summary.
Yeah, I think maybe Venkatesh sir, I think we would be, with your support, we'll have a lot of webinars on this type of subjects because today's environment, students require more of a direction because destination is always with them and they have to go with their goal. But direction, why I'm using the word direction, today a lot of avenues are there and they are a bit confused which direction to go. And first and foremost, what I want to suggest to the students is you have faith in your skills and yourself and you trust yourself and you understand the early stages, where do you want to go and what are your niche skill. I'm using the word niche, that is specialized. Everybody has got his own specialized skills. Like Jaideep has got a good understanding of the physics and he has got the right mentor, that is Venkatesh sir. So this way, you reach out your college or institution where you get a right mentorship and go with the direction because time is very short. Every day is precious for every individual. So you have to run with the technology and today's development. So I wish all the students good success in their career and keep watching this type of webinars and also be a part of a LinkedIn community. That is a professional community where many students have asked where I will get this type of information, that and all. So you be part of LinkedIn community and you will get a lot of answers for the questions that you are raising. And I thank you, Venkatesh sir, for organizing it. And Jaideep, all the best to you. And Srinivas sir.
Thank you, sir.
I think you are a proud father of having Jaideep, the Space Center. Yes, I know what is your feeling. And this is what I wanted to communicate to the group. Thank you, sir.
Sir, even Jaideep Badal is a professor in Andhra University, sir. He is a professor in mathematics. So he got the best parents. He got the best parents. He is a mathematics professor at AU.
Okay. It's good to know, sir. And,
So,
Sir,
yeah,
good evening.
yeah,
Good
Vijayalakshmi
evening,
garu,
sir.
can you share your feelings and Vijayalakshmi garu?
Yes, yes,
okay.
sir. First and
Madam also.
foremost, I am thankful to you, sir, for
Thank you, ma'am.
presenting my son in such a big screen. And as always, you have been the mentor for him. He used to always think in terms of physics, and whenever physics comes, he only talks about you only, sir. The last from childhood only, he used to come to you about all the doubts and all everything. So now I am very happy to see him like this, and even in future also I would continue to see him, because whenever I talked about his thing in his, everybody said, okay, you have dedicated your son to nation. So that is what
That's
the most
wonderful.
wonderful comment I get from my colleagues and all. So I am very happy to see him like this, sir. That is the
He
only thing
transferred
I
a
can.
complete Vijayalakshmi garu. I'm seeing a new Sonu. He's completely transformed. He becomes so professional. He's talking like a scientist. I'm very happy to see you, Jaideep. And thank you so much for you spending your time. Srinivas garu, thank you so much, sir. And we are
Thank you,
really
sir. Thank
proud to
you.
have, uh, really, we
And,
are very proud to see. Yes, sir, Murthy, sir.
and another message that Srinivas sir and madam has given to the community, the parents' encouragement in identifying the niche skill of a student or a child and encouraging him
Yes.
towards that. That is the uniqueness. Today, I advise all the parents to think in this direction. Don't force anything of your opinion to the student. Identify the interest of the student and encourage him. So this is what. Thank you, Srinivas sir and Vijayalakshmi madam, for your
Thank you.
direction to the
Thank you.
your son. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sunday. And we are really honored to have Jaideep, and we are very happy to see a lot of students from Bangalore. I'm very happy to see them. There is a wonderful interactive program. Sir, as you said, LinkedIn group, we are creating such platform in Edroom, sir. This is the main purpose of Edroom. We want to connect the people, sir. We want to connect the mentors with the mentees and the trainers with the trainers. So we are going to have such platform September 5th. Everyone can directly connect with the Jaideep. He's also going to have an account with us, and they can directly pose the questions. They can message him. They can see all the questions on that. We want to bring such platform to the community. Thank you so much, Jaideep, for spending your Sunday. Sorry to waste your Sunday, but you gave a lot of information. Wonderful information you shared with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Murli sir, for joining, and you were there from the beginning. Srinivas sir, thank you. Vijayalakshmi sir, thank you so much. And guys from Bangalore, all Rohini, you asked very good question. Even Prem, you asked very good question. Thank you so much. We'll see in the next webinar very soon. Thank you so much. Thanks.